young eyes we've discovered work best for this trick. And seats A and B, seats A and B are on the platform side, that's the depot side. C and D are on the rail side. And I need to not talk with my hands this morning. I'm going to hit somebody if I do that. So, for this particular ride, north is the direction of the snack shop. And so when you get on the trains, the seats start 1, 2, 3, 4. If you get on at the back.
What? Well, I think you've probably seen them laying on your lap and called it good.
People love to wave at the train, so wave back. Actually, they're waving at you on the train, so wave back.
Once again, welcome on board the 1880 train. As the train pulls out of station, look around at the granite peaks and thick ponderosa pine forests surrounding you. An army expedition led by George Custer turned up gold a few miles south of here in 1874. Within months, there were thousands of miners, mule stealers, gunslingers, and gamblers swarming across the landscape, eager to get their hands on some of the shiny yellow metal. Please sit back, relax, and enjoy your ride aboard the 1880 train. With us, you do not need to worry about anything else. Let us do the driving. This is the best attraction to spend time with family and friends while enjoying the Black Hills, just like the early pioneers, miners, and settlers did when they discovered the West.
As we come around the corner off to the left, you're going to see our engine number 7 with tender. Now the tender was the car that they used to haul the coal or wood in when they used those the fire going in the firebox. We're going to do a little running brake test and test our brakes before we get too far out of the station here.
As we leave Hill City and enter the Black Hills National Forest, note the markers lining the tracks along our journey. The black and white markers are milepost signs. Details about the sites located at specific markings are listed in All Aboard the 1880 Train guide. The 1880 train goes north, then turns east up Tin Mill Hill, so named because a huge tin processing facility was erected here by the Harney Peak Company. The grade of the track deviates from 4 to 6%, making this one of the steepest railroads in the United States. This puts considerable strain on the locomotive, and the engineer usually takes this opportunity to blow sand through the locomotive's water flues to cleanse the soot.
Look at the lawn.
Now our engine 110, is a 2662T articulated Mallet, and that simply means that the numbers have to do with the wheel configurations. There are 2 pony wheels in front and in the back. Those pony wheels help the engine to be able to turn around the corners, glide around those corners easily. And then we've got 2 sets of 6 pulling wheels. And that makes our engine 110 a pretty powerful engine. It wasn't built for speed, it was built for power going up and down the mountains. Originally, it was built in 1928 by the Baldwin Company. It was built for the Weyerhaeuser Corporation out in Washington State, and that's a logging industry out there, so they had it built to help them move logs up and down the mountains, up and down out of the mountains in Washington. So it needed to have a lot of strength for pulling. I have an announcement to make. We want to welcome the Lang's wedding party in Battle Creek Car. Congratulations and welcome aboard the 1880 train. Yay, huh? Yeah, yay. We get all kinds of things to celebrate here on the 1880 train, from birthdays to anniversaries to engagements and even wedding parties. That's pretty cool. Congratulations, guys, and best wishes. Now, if you haven't noticed, the conductor and the brakeman have been coming through collecting tickets. So if you have your ticket handy for them as they come through the car, that would be wonderful. This is a pretty steep grade right in through here, and we're going around this curve. So the engine's working pretty hard. You can see that dark smoke coming out. Now, if you should happen to get the gift of sand, remember the fireman takes a little bit of time and sends some sand through the flues to keep them clean. If you get the gift of sand that lands on your arm or something, just bottle it and keep it as a souvenir, free from the 1880 train. Won't hurt you when it lands on you. It's all nice and cool. As we travel from Hill City to Keystone, you'll want to keep a watch out for animals in the forest along the tracks. We have two kinds of deer, whitetail and muley deer. Fawns are starting to show up, so watch for babies. They'll have speckled coats. We have marmots, yellow-bellied marmots. They have an orange back and kind of a black ring around their nose. We have chipmunks and squirrels, of course, wild turkey, and the wild turkey have young right now, so watch for baby turkeys also. Saw a skunk the other night, but that was the other night coming home, so not expecting to see too many of those during the daytime, I hope. Keep your eyes open. If you see something interesting, point it out to your fellow passengers. Everybody likes to see the wildlife alongside the track or anything that's interesting going on. Oh, keep your hopes up. We're going uphill. Haven't had to have any buddy get out and push yet this season. So keep those thoughts hopeful. We'll make it to the top. I'm sure we will. If you're looking out to the left, you'll see some teepee kind of piles made of sticks and limbs. Those are fire piles. Both the Forest Service and private property owners make those piles, and then in the winter time, when we get a deep snowfall, they'll burn those piles. Keeps the forest floor clean. We like to keep Smokey the Bear happy here in the Black Hills National Forest. We're getting pretty close to the top of Tin Mill Hill. Now, after the conductor and the brakeman have picked up tickets and we've gotten to the top of Tin Mill Hill, our candy sellers will be coming through, and they'll have goodies of all kinds to offer you. Candy, fruit snacks, string cheese, soda pop, water, lemonade, and of course popcorn. They make some pretty good popcorn in the snack shop. Now on the train, that is a cash enterprise, cash only, and we appreciate small bills. You can look down off to the left and see where the road is, way down there.
One of the Denver Broncos. Oh, I'm kidding. They're just so cool.
So as we approach the top of Tin Mill Hill, the reason it's called that is because of the Harney Peak Mining Company. There was a tin processing plant up here at the top of the hill. And so ore would be brought here, processed, and then sent down to the High Line and distributed to wherever it was going. Now the processing plant is no longer here. Instead, what you're going to see off to the side are residences, private residences, and you'll see that off and on along the track as we travel through the National Forest. You have to remember this was all, at first, it was mining claims. There were mining claims along the track, and then it became a national forest, but it was dotted with mining claims. So here we are, top of Tin Mill Hill, and there'll be a cut in a hillside off to the left here, a small hill, and that's where the spur for the rail going back to the tin processing plant would have been. If you're in the front cars, you've already gone by it, and if you're in Orville, here we are, right here, off to the left. Now presently we'll come around the corner here and we'll have an opening between the houses, and I know that today is a beautifully clear day, wonderful day for riding the train. You'll have a wonderful glimpse of Black Elk Peak here in just a moment. Black Elk Peak is the tallest peak here in the Black Hills, formerly known as Harney Peak, has an elevation of 7,242 feet. It is the tallest peak east of the Rockies until you get to the Swiss Alps in Europe. Now if you look on the top, you'll see a little pointy building, and that is what used to be the fire outlook up there. But now it's been decommissioned. It is a tourist lookout. You can go to one of the starting points for a trail and hike your way up. Trail lengths vary depending upon where you start. If you start in Sylvan Lake in Custer State Park, it's about 3.5 miles up and 3.5 miles down. Okay, here's some about the Black Hills.
The Black Hills covers more than 2 million acres, an area roughly the size of Delaware. Half of that is the Black Hills National Forest. The entire mountain range spans about 120 miles from the southern tip to the north, and about 60 miles east to west. Hill City is almost at the exact center. Founded as a mining camp in 1875, Hill City was one of the first settlements in the Black Hills. It boomed in the 1880s as the headquarters for a massive tin mining and manufacturing, and later as a junction point for the railroad to Newton. During and after World War II, lithium was mined south of tin and was used in nuclear power plants across the region. Local industry still thrives here, and thanks to the completion of Mount Rushmore in 1941, so does tourism. Mount Rushmore, which lies only 9 miles southeast, attracts millions of visitors annually, and many of them pass through Hill City. In fact, many of the town's residents are employed in a tourism-related business. Nowhere is this more apparent than on Main Street, Rail Theater.
Okay, here we are heading downhill, and it'll actually be mostly downhill from the top of Tin Mill Hill all the way into Keystone. So we've got about 8 miles, 7 miles of downhill. We've got one bump in the road. We'll go over Oblivion, up Oblivion and then down. On either side of us right now, we have National Forest Service lands. And those Forest Service lands along our route, like I said, are dotted with private residences. Most of those private residences started out as locations where there were mining claims. Over time, either those mining claims died out and were absorbed back into the national forest, or they were passed down through the family, turned into private residences, or they were sold and new owners developed the land for their use. So we see lots of private residences along here. There were in excess of 60 mining claims originally. In 1877, the Black Hills were open to homesteading, and so people came in and started to claim land at that time as well. Now, if you look on either side, you can see right now the predominant tree that we have in the area is the ponderosa pine. It's that tall tree with the long needles.
Better get back on there.
I think that we better get back on. Yeah, we gotta go back.
Yeah, 15-minute break. Yep.
Yeah.